morning, children. It's Mrs. Budden. I am here. You just can't see my head. I've decided to point the camera at the work that I'm doing today. I'm going to show you how to make a mountain picture. I've got everything I need set up around me so I don't have to go off and find anything. So I've got some paper to do my picture on. I've got some paints ready with the colours that I need. I've got my collage materials, the rice and the cotton wool and some glue. Got that all ready. And I've got paintbrushes for my paint, and I've got some scissors and some paper because I'm cutting out shapes to put on my picture. Now the first thing I'm going to do is to do my background. My background is going to be, can you guess, the sky. And I've chosen some nice blue colours to make the sky. Now, so a nice quick way of doing the sky is to get some of the cotton wool that you're going to stick on later, and you can create a sky by dabbing around with the cotton wool. So I'm going to try and do that all over my picture, like this. I've got two blues because, just like when we did the world, it's quite nice to have a variety of blues in the sky. And using the cotton wool, it's a nice quick way of covering the paper really fast. I'm going to do it, move these out of the way. I'm going to do it from the top all the way down to the bottom. There we go. Now, I'm not going to be able to wait for my paint to dry. I'm going to have to just carry on. But when you do it, you might want to wait a few minutes in between each part so things stick on nicely. So there we go. So we've got the blue. I'm going to use a bit of white as well because often there's clouds in the sky. I'm going to dip into my white paint. I'm going to do a few clouds up here, maybe where you can still see the paper underneath. There we go, some clouds in the sky. Right, so when you do it, maybe you want to make sure you fill up and you haven't got any bits of paper underneath. You want to have it all sky coloured. Right, the next job, rub some of that paint off my hands, is to make the big mountain shape. Now I started off with a big piece of paper like this, a rectangle. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut a triangle out from the middle. So I go from one corner to the middle point at the top over here. So we're going to cut all the way. I've got some big kitchen scissors. Snip. And this way. Cutting from that middle point back down to the other corner. And I've got a mountain shape. I'm going to put that here. And the bits that I cut off won't be wasted. They are, let's got those, I've got those painty. I'm going to use them for part of a mountain on each side, like this. So I've got 3 mountains. You can see one big mountain here and 2 more mountains either side, but just half of them. Right, so when you do it, you'll stick yours down straight away. Mine's a bit painty, a bit wet paint, so I'll just put on one little blob just to hold it so it doesn't wriggle. But you remember when you do yours, wait for the paint to dry first and then stick it. My glue is not being very agreeable. Come on, you come glue. It won't come out. I'll just secure that before I carry on. But when you do it, make sure you put glue all over the back of your picture. Mine's too wet to stick at the moment. Right, so we've done the background, we've done the sky, we've done the triangle shapes and half triangle shapes for the mountains. Next job, let's put some snow on top of our mountains. So I'm going to need this glue again. And I'm going to put some glue on the top of each mountain. I'm going to spread some glue up there because the tops of mountains are usually very cold. So, oh, stuck with my fingers. There we go, put some glue up there. And some glue on the third one. My glue's a bit old, I think that's the problem. Right, then you get some cotton wool and you stick it on. And that's your mountain top, your snowy mountain top. You could also use them as clouds in your sky. But I'm I'm just using it for my snowy mountain top. There we go. It's got three peaks, 3 mountain peaks. Right, next job, at the bottom of the mountains, I'm going to have some trees. And in the place where the mountains are, you usually find fir trees, pine trees like these ones. So I didn't have green paper, so I had to paint my paper. The paper started off looking like this. I just had to cut some triangle shapes like that to make the trees. And I made big triangle shapes for trees at the bottom of the mountain and smaller triangle shapes for trees at the top of the mountain. So let's stick those ones. Oh, that's not my glue, is it? That's my glue this side. So I'm going to put some glue at the bottom down here, because that's where I'm going to put my larger trees. There we go. Let's bring that towards me so you can see. Just to stick a few on. And I made them tree trunks too. That's tree trunk. And a tree. You see it's beginning to take shape, isn't it? There's another tree trunk. Ooh, wrong side, I've been confused by the colours. And some more. Another large pine tree. As you go up further up the mountain, the trees are going to look smaller. They're the same size, but because they're further away, they look smaller. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put some smaller ones up the mountain. Getting very gluey fingers. It's good fun though. So some more trees up the mountain. There we go, like that. So we've got some large trees at the bottom of the mountain and some smaller trees because they're further away, further up the mountain. What's left? Oh yes, our rice. That's going to give texture to our mountain. So I need to put some of this glue down the front of each mountain. Is it going to play ball? Yes. It's very stiff, my glue. So there's a bit of glue on there. I'm going to drop some of my rice on it, and it's going to give the mountain texture. Make it a bit more interesting than when I was just to use paint. It would still look really nice, but it wouldn't have the variety of textures. And this is a collage picture because you've got a mixture of paper, painted paper, paint, and cotton wool. So, and as the glue dries, you won't be able to see the white on it. There we go. You see how it's taking shape? A bit more on the other mountains as well. You can put as much or as little on as you like. Put some more on this one. Spread it right up. That's it. Getting more used to handling this glue. It's been in my cupboard a long time. There. What do you think? It looks sort of rocky now, doesn't it, with the rice on it? Let's do the last other mountain. There we go with the glue, spread it all down. Just thinking about the song that I've asked you to sing today, about the bear going over the mountain. I should make a little bear, shouldn't I, for my picture? And then I'd be able to sing the song. Go with a little fluffy white bear, I suppose. Oh, there we go, here we go. I cover it in the brown. That could be a little bear, couldn't this little brown bear? At the bottom of hiding up here on the mountain. There he is. I have to use some imagination. The bear went over the mountain, the bear went over the mountain, the bear went over the mountain to see what he could see. But all that he could see, was the other side of the mountain, the other side of the mountain, the other side of the mountain was all that he could see. There you go. So have fun getting mucky fingers using your paints and your collage materials and your glue to make a mountain picture. Can't wait to see yours. Take care. See you soon. Here comes my mucky fingers.